shortly after catching a snippet of the State of the Union address, I found myself musing that perhaps what we really needed as a nation, and even more so as a species, was a State of the Earth address. I wondered how Earth, as a conscious, evolving being, felt that she was faring in these chaotic times. It seemed it might be immensely helpful to check in with the consciousness of the planetary being that ultimately supports and determines our survival. How was she feeling? What did she have to say? I was so curious. I had gleaned somewhat a sense of her condition in recent energetic healing sessions with clients, where I would see, as in energetically see with my third eye, images and even feel emotions of Earth that would pertain to the focus of that session. While in a guided meditation, Earth would appear with certain clients who had a strong connection and tended to work closely with her. These particular clients would be working on such areas as clearing collective dense energies lodged in the planet's core, or anchoring specific universal and galactic energies into specific areas on the planet. Or they might be holding Earth with great love, support, and care. In one particular Skype session back in January of 2019 with a very lovely client from Baltimore, Maryland, Earth appeared quite differently than all my previous experiences with her. She showed up in front of me, illuminated in pinks, purples, and pale greens. She was vividly alive, clear, fresh, and looking like an entirely new planet. I could also see two small brown areas on her that I immediately and intuitively knew were tumors, such as we would see in a human form. However, I also knew that they were shrinking and dissolving as the rest of her body shimmered in immense light, clarity, radiance, and high frequency. The image was brief, but absolutely stunning. This beholding of what I can only call a new earth sparked the initial curiosity in me with what the earth herself would have to say about her present condition. Prompted by the idea of a State of the Earth address, I decided to connect with her in the way that I communicate with non-physical beings. After meditating, quieting my mind and my thoughts, and bringing myself into an alignment with Source, I intended to blend with Earth's consciousness. I quickly felt us become one, and I began to hear and experience her inside me as if she were me. I was surprised with how delighted she was to be speaking with me again. In early 2007, I would frequently lay on the grass near my condo in Annapolis, Maryland. In time, I learned if I was very quiet and lay still, I could begin to hear her and feel her breathing. I began to realize I was mainly there to breathe with her and ultimately help her breathe. I probably filled up 2 journals logging our conversations, mainly of her struggle and needs. However, outside of her showing up with clients and sessions, I had not felt moved to directly tune in and communicate with her like this in years. It felt like a homecoming. My heart broke open, and I teared up, feeling our mutual love. During our exchange, she showed me an image of another planet right next to her that was almost translucent and simply breathtakingly beautiful. The light was similar in color to what I had seen earlier in my client's session. Flowing pinks, purples, and peach that wove around this planet's curves. There was also a clear purity to this planet. I was confused, and I asked Earth if this was her twin, because in many ways it felt like her to me. She said, "It is me. It is my new self who is ready for the next chapter." She told me she is becoming this version of herself, her larger, expanded self, and was very excited about it. I saw how both versions of her were existing multidimensionally and simultaneously. And we, as her inhabitants, had the extraordinary opportunity to choose on which to reside. Similar to my reaction earlier in the year in my client's session when this spectacular vision of Earth had appeared, I was blown away. However, this was even a stronger feeling because not only could I see her new form clearly, I could feel and hear her in a new, empowered voice that she had an energy. She was radically different from the being I had communicated with years earlier. In those communications in 2007, Earth had felt to me as if she were a young, frightened, and sick girl who was on life support. She now spoke like a 19-year-old young woman coming into her own strong sense of self, and with it, power. She felt and looked much healthier than I would have ever imagined, given all that was going on with her due to the extreme climate change and ongoing negligence and abuse by many of her inhabitants. There was a significant shift from a very strong victim story with humanity and their toxicity to a place of self-empowerment. She was choosing this new light and way of being as her reality, regardless of humanity's choices. And she knew she had the entire universe supporting her decision. She had decided to embolden herself and utilize her free will to take care of herself and powerfully evolve. scenes of recent fires, flooding, volcanoes erupting, and earthquakes flashed across my mind. I had the sense of a seismic turn in the cosmic divine tides, a shift that I had known deep in my bones was coming had occurred. As I felt it resonate throughout my cells, a parallel shift happened in me. Earth's empowered transformation had informed my own movement and embrace into a more powerful, sovereign state of being. I sensed this was true or going to be true for many of us. Earth continued her sharing with me, thrilled to have my full attention. She spoke. I am here now, not just to stay, but to thrive and to let others throughout the universe see what is possible with and through love, commitment, perseverance, and collaboration. A coming together of so many beings to assist me and all of us into a new future state of being. We are already beginning to see and feel the stirring within us. She continued, the change is happening, and I feel that I am at the forefront of this monumental shift, and am so proud. As this revelatory conversation and energies integrated through me, I released any of my remaining worry about the state of the earth. She, of course, still needed as many of us as possible to awaken, and with it, treat her as we would a beloved family member. See her as the living, sensing, conscious, loving, sentient being that she is. I could relax into trust that as more of humanity was awakening, partly through the urgency of global crisis and climate change, and the knowing that there is a much larger cosmic plan for Earth and humanity unfolding. Earth's powerful new mode of being had moved her into a new alignment with herself, with the galaxy and the universe. This new alignment was supporting and pushing us all forward, if we allowed it, into a new earth, and with it, a new reality.